Y'all, we're gonna make some birria today on the Ninja Woodfire Grill. Now guys, we're throwing a little twist on the birria. We are using some lamb shoulder in there, or leg of lamb. Semi-boneless. You know, it doesn't say what cut it is, but there's a bone in it. Let's call it lamb shoulder, whatever. Find some lamb if you wanna make this recipe, okay? Y'all, traditional birria calls for goat meat when you're doing this. I can't find a goat around here, and I don't want to try to find one. People think I'm sacrificing it. It's not a good look, right? Right, so we're going with lamb today. The rest of the way, we're gonna kind of set it up with the other birria recipes I've done in the past. But if you wanna get the ingredients and prep for this one, it'll be down below in the video description, and then soon to be on the website. Guys, we're a little bit behind putting recipes on the website lately, but there's hundreds over there if you wanna go check them out. Yeah, it's cool. We're gonna season it up with my West Coast shake. Guys, all the flavors of the West Coast. It's great for any kind of Latin, Mexican, Spanish dishes, so that's why we're using it for this one. We're gonna season it up, give it all the smoke with those smoky pecan pellets made out of pecan shells. Guys, I love them. They burn longer, they burn cleaner, and there's a link down below, of course, and it'll save you 10% on your first order if you want to grab some. I suggest you do it. They work perfect in the Woodfire Grill. The traditional recipe has some onions in the mix, but we have an onion allergy in the house, so we're gonna forgo those onions. And also not traditional, I'm putting some rotel in there because that's what I have handy. Has diced tomatoes and chilies in there, so that's what we're gonna go with. A couple cloves of garlic, and then some chili ancho and chili guajillo going in too. And then we're gonna use a little beef consomme, to make the consomme, right? So that works, right? If you don't have beef consomme, you can use beef stock, beef broth. It all works. We're gonna go ahead and get this lamb set up. We're gonna score that fat cap, cover it in all that good West Coast shake, and then go ahead and get it out on the wood fire. All right, guys, like, subscribe, all that good jazz, right? And let's go ahead and get this thing started. Come on down here. All right, guys, we got our beautiful lamb shank thing here. There's some silver skin on the back that I wanna go ahead and trim off. So just slide your knife underneath, just slice it on out. This way we can get some seasoning on there, a little more coverage. Doesn't have to be perfect, but this silver skin is not gonna break down in the cooking process. So you might as well work to get some of it off. Okay, and if you gouge it a little bit, the world ain't gonna come to an end. There's a lot of muscle tendons and whatnot in this. That's why we're gonna do the low and slow and the good braise on it. Okay, good enough on the outside here, or the underside. We'll go ahead and take it over and just score that fat cap. All right, this is gonna help get some seasoning down there, help that fat render a little bit. And it doesn't matter if you cut to the meat, eventually this is getting shredded up anyway. All right, good enough. Now you guys, this is something new to the channel. I got these drip EZ trays right here. It extends a couple levels, right? So you have a perfectly good bowl here to season your meat. So I'm gonna drop it down one level so you can see what we're doing here. It's a great little deal here to season up your meat and hold it while you're waiting for the grill to come up, whatever. And it's really easy to clean up. So now it's time to give us some seasoning. Guys, this is a big piece of meat. Don't be afraid to season it up. And of course, West Coast shake, like I said. Make sure you get all the sides, top, bottom, everywhere. Okay. And you get it in between the good, the little cut marks there. All right, we got plenty of seasoning. Get in the little, you can see the bone right there. Looking good, looking good. Got our little Temp Spike Plus here. We're gonna put that in there. Guys, you know I love my ThermoPro products. If you wanna grab one, links down below. And we're just gonna set it in there. Set the app on the ThermoPro here to 170, and we'll be good to go. Got 600 feet of Bluetooth connectivity. It's perfect for these long cooks. All right, let's go get that wood fire fired up. All right, guys, we're outside. We got our wood fire set up. We're using the grill plate in there. Set that down. Hit that power on. Okay, we're gonna go smoker mode, 275. Then I'm gonna set this for 5 hours. Actually, yeah, there you go, 5 hours. I don't know that it'll take that long, but better to have it than have to mess with it, right? Right. Hit start, let it go through the ignition process, and then we'll throw that leg of lamb on there. All right, guys. Look at all that good smoke. Whew. Nelly. All right, let's get our lamb leg on there. Time to give it all that good smoke. We'll see you when we see you, baby. All right, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. I can't remember if I set that for 5 hours or not. So 2 hours, 15 minutes, give or take. All right, but we're up to 170 and change. You see the pullback on that bone right there. Now let's go ahead and get this thing off. We got a little foil pan over here. Had to change my temp spike. The other one battery died. I needed to charge it, so that's why we got a different temp spike in there. I'm gonna put this in a pan. We'll take you inside and we'll get this thing doctored up. We're back in the house. We got our garlic cloves. I just cut a couple heads of garlic in half to throw those in there. Paper and all. Don't care about that. We're not gonna, eat that part. We got our guajillo chilies and our ancho chilies. All right, we'll get those in there. Spread those around. I'm gonna give it a nice little bit of salt in there. A couple pinches worth. Okay. Going with a little oregano. I don't have Mexican oregano, so I'm making do with what I have. We're using Italian oregano. All right. And then a little bit of cinnamon. Guys, this stuff, a little goes a long way, so don't go overboard with it. Like half a teaspoon. Okay. We're gonna go in with our rotel. Again, this is not authentic, but it's what I had, and it works. Then we got the beef consomme. Get that in there. And I have the edges of this pan folded down so it fits, even in the XL. If you do not have the XL, then just use an 8x8 pan, and you should be good to go. Just take a little bit of foil. Let me get it nice and sealed tight. And I just left that temp spike in there. It'll be good to go. Okay. You don't want any of that steam escaping. You want a nice good braise on this, okay? All right, back on the Woodfire Grill. Until it's done, we're taking it about the 205, 210 in that range. Okay, probe tender. And by probe tender, I mean you take your little temperature probe, and when you press it in, it goes in like butter in the meat. There's no resistance when you put that in the meat, okay? So that's what I mean by probe tender. Back on there, I upped the temp to 325. We got all the smoke we wanted. Now it's time to get this thing cooked and make it nice and tender. Speed this thing up. All right, y'all, we're up to temp at 207. Let's go get this off and let it rest. Back in the house. Well, I guess we've been in the house. We let it rest. We're just chilling. Let it rest for about 30 minutes or so. It's time to eat dinner. I don't want to wait any longer. So let's go ahead and open this up, tear into it. I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as probe tender goes so you can kind of see, and then we'll just shred it up. Let's get down here and get this thing shredded up. What do you say? All right, guys, so this is what I'm talking about as far as like probe tender goes. You see how it's going in with no resistance, except for the bones right there. But get it all the way over. It's good. All right, let's get this foil off carefully because it's still hot. Steamy. Let's get this over the side, get that temp spike out. Look, it just kind of shreds apart. Beautiful, nice and soft. Keep some of that fat in there. Good to go. All right, more or less clean. It's the way you like it. All right, I'm gonna shred this up and then we'll have a bite and talk about it. Team, we are done, shredded it up. I got a little bit right here. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of lamb, so don't judge my reaction on the look. But I tried a little bit as we were shredding it up. Listen, if you like lamb, you like birria, then you're good to go. For me, I'm gonna do beef birria every time, twice on Tuesday. But this works. It has a great flavor. Like I said, if you're a fan of lamb, this is the way you want to go. It's not goat, but it's close. All right. But at this point, guys, I'm about ready to make some quesadilla tacos. If you guys want to get anything I used in my videos, like I said, links are all down below. If you'd like to become a show producer, like all the awesome people scrolling in front of me, people that would probably rather have beef birria over lamb birria, you never know. Sounds about right. There are two ways to join up. Either you hit that Patreon link in my video description, or you hit that join button right next to the subscribe button, which you should have already hit by now. But other than that, guys, we're done. Listen, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Take care.